Welcome back, eSIM Studios podcast, live stream, episode number 84. Episode number 84, moving right along here. It is what is today? Damn, I've been so busy I don't even remember what day it is. Lord have mercy. I think it is Wednesday, I believe. Sorry. Yes, Wednesday, May 8th. eSIM Studios podcast live stream, episode number 84, Wednesday afternoon, May the 8th. 2024. Gotta get it right. So I just got done recording a bunch of, well, not a bunch, but a good amount of review stuff. You can tell I got a new lamp here behind me. The product was sent. It's actually really good product. They sent it free in return for a fair and honest review. I haven't found any. I hate saying, it's awesome. It's like always saying it's awesome to everything I get. Now, I'm very selective on what I choose to review, so it's going to be the stuff that I handpick. So, of course, I kind of get, a little giddy, a little excited for reviewing some of the things that I kind of want to review, right? So, I mean, look, if something's wrong with it or if a screw, whatever, I'm going to be completely honest in all my reviews, right? I've given some products not the best review, and most of them are pretty good, right? On today's topic, if you cannot tell from the thumbnail, it will not be that great of a review or take or opinion. Now look, we will get into it. Pixel 8a versus Pixel 8. If you're thinking about getting one, you're getting a new Pixel, maybe your contract is up with T-Mobile and you want to get a newer Pixel, or maybe your mother has like a 7-year-old phone and it's just time to upgrade her. We will break down the differences and why it might not make sense for Google to release this phone, or it might. Maybe they're phasing out something and bringing something in. We will break it all down. Now, just a quick side note, you can take us wherever you go. Yes, we're on YouTube, and theoretically you can take us on the YouTube app wherever you go. But if you perhaps want to listen to the audio-only version, maybe you're working, maybe you're in New York City and you're on the subway, and you just want to listen and not be on your phone. Eyes on your head on a swivel, right? So we're on every podcast platform. We are certified. Believe it or not, there's a podcast certification, association, and they accepted ours. I submitted ours probably about 6 weeks ago. We got submitted. They review all your podcasts, check everything out. So certified eSIM Studios. Go search eSIM Studios on any podcast platform: Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify. I even have the RSS feed for those audio nerds like myself down in the description box below. So if you have your own RSS feed agitator, you can add us right into it. So I got that there for those that are interested. Pixel, Google. What are we going to do with you? Now, before we get into anything, I have one quick update. So check it out. If you want the latest and greatest tech news, right, handpicked by me, I don't provide crappy news and junk news. It's gonna be good stuff. So guaranteed you're gonna like this, right? I got a couple little sites you're gonna enjoy. First is eSIMstudios.com. All the big news stories here. You can tell the Apple iPads that came out yesterday, the new Pixels that were the new Pixel that was out yesterday. We got the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 big news yesterday. CMF news. Ooh, new phone. I got another opinion on that because you're gonna be shocked here in just a little bit. But eSIMstudios.com. Now, if you want a progressive web app, if you want a web app that acts just like an application, check this out. This is Tech Studios app. TechStudios.app, may I say. And same thing. Now, this is a progressive web app, so it's a lot more responsive. It fits any and every screen you have. Got a nice menu here on the left, and got nice storage here on the right. Last but not least, yes, thank you for bearing with me, the Unlocker app. The Unlocker.app. This is a secret, if you want to learn how to unlock iPhones 100% free, go to the Unlocker.app. All right, I'm adding to it every day. So each day, more and more content. We just launched it, so I do have the basics on there, but check it out like every day, and I'm gonna add stuff to it every day: videos, tutorials, how-to, all this good stuff. As you can tell, how to check. We got those, and we got those. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Thank you for bearing with me. Really, really appreciate y'all joining me today. It's a pretty good day. So check this out. It's really weird. Y'all know my allergies are really bad, right? My stuffy nose is so stuffy. But today I was looking down at the. Do y'all know Google Maps has a air quality indicator? I have Maps Beta, and I'm not sure if it's in the beta only or if it's on the stable version. But look, holy shit! Look at this. Watch. Okay, Google Maps, right? Damn, I don't want to give y'all my address or anything. Here, I'll zoom in somewhere way across town. Empty space. So look at this. Right underneath the temperature, Google Maps. Trusty S Pen. They lost focus quick. So you see where it says 132? That's the worst I've ever seen it. I saw it get over 100 once. That was like a year ago. Maybe, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 months ago. 132. Air quality is it says it's unhealthy to go outside. I had to go outside. I had to go run an errand earlier. Actually, I had to go ship a router off. Winner that we have. Fridays. Every Friday we do giveaways. I had to go ship a router off. Hazy. I don't even know I'm talking about this, but check this out. Look at this. Unhealthy. It's all red. I don't know what the hell's going on, but they're telling me it is not good. Unhealthy. So, do y'all have that on y'all's Google Maps? Hey, what's going on, Daniel? Hey, I shipped your router. That's why I did. That's why I went to go run my errand earlier. So it's on the way, and case as well. Threw a case in there for you too. But yeah, look at this. Did y'all know you have an air quality indicator in Google Maps? Maybe I forgot it was there. I look at it every now and then, but today I was like, damn, how did I even get that? Did it just showed up or what? Maybe it's in the settings. Shit, I don't know. But anyways, point of the story, got sidetracked. My allergies aren't that bad today, which is weird because there's some days where it's just, I'm very, super clogged up. Today, not that bad, but the air quality is ridiculous. So I don't know what's going on there. I guess it's not the allergies that's causing the air quality. It's probably UV or I don't know. You know what's weird? Sometimes we're so close to Mexico. Sometimes when there's fires, huge forest brush fires in Mexico, that smoke goes up into the atmosphere and it just comes right over the Texas border and over San Antonio, and it makes everything hazy as hell. I haven't seen anything. Usually when that happens, I'll hear something in the news, right, about fires or something, but I haven't heard anything. You have yours is 40. Oh my God. That's right. You do live in a nice area. I'm not gonna say. You do live in a very. Uh, I would imagine the air quality there is very good. Yes. Damn, man. Oh man. Oh, I'm jealous today because it is nasty out here. I mean, it literally looks like a haze. It's. I was taking a couple of pictures and it didn't really come out good, but it's very weird. Yeah, it's. I'm surprised I don't have a headache or I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're trying to poison us. I don't know. Chemtrails. I saw somebody talking about that on I don't know, it was Reddit or Twitter or something like that. You know. Okay, I'll shut up. Let's go to. I'm gonna need y'all's input too because today it can be a good thing, can be a bad thing. Never bad, but you get the point. Pixel 8a. Where does it fit? Where does it fit? Now I've watched. To be fair and to be completely honest, I've only watched one review of the Pixel 8a on YouTube, and that's MKBHB. I've only watched one. I mean, there's all the top tech YouTubers have them. By the way, I emailed Google to see if they can send me one. No response yet, but we will see. Look, I don't know if I'm going to buy one with my own money, because that's what led me to this conundrum today and going down this alley, right? It doesn't make sense. I hate to say that, but I got to be honest. Not really sure where this fits in, right? Because you can get. Well, let's pull it up. Let's see. I'm gonna need to do a split screen. Damn, I should have had a Pixel. I should have had an 8A versus 8 on my site, but busy today. Let's see. Because I want to break down the specs. I want to make sure if there's anybody out there that's potentially thinking, look, they're good devices. Right? I'm going to say that right off the bat. If the Pixel 8 was out of the picture, it did not exist, the Pixel 8a would be a phenomenal choice. If the Pixel 8a did not exist, the Pixel 8 would be a phenomenal choice, right? They're good devices. I just don't see why they would release a device a few months later that's basically the same. Now, I say basically the same, and they're obviously not, but pretty damn close. Let's look into this real quick. I need a good website that compares the two. You got 43? Wow. Yeah, I know. I don't know. 6-7 months ago, I just saw it there randomly, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" You touch it, and then you get the air quality. Like, cool. So I look at it every now and then. Yeah, we're gonna get into the pricing. Don't know where it fits in. Pricing seems all wrong compared to the 8. Honestly, they should just release the series phones with the rest of the lineup. They could segment pricing better with launch at the same time. I've been a strong supporter of that very thing you were just talking about, because we'll get into it here, but let me pull up these specs here. Let's see, and that's the other thing. I was like, am I crazy? I know I'm not the only one that's thinking this, right? And look, trying to be fair, trying to be honest. I'm not just gonna boost them up or praise them for doing something that I think is kind of silly. You know, that wouldn't be being fair to myself or to the channel, right? I need like a side-by-side comparison. What the hell's going on here? Well, there we go. That's what I needed. Okay. So let's get to it. Google Pixel 8a And I was mistaken. You can purchase it. I thought yesterday that they were just kind of, showing it off or releasing the videos from the YouTubers. I was mistaken. I said yesterday, I think it'll be available around Google I/O. No, you can actually buy one right now. Well, I guess pre-order, but basically you can technically buy one, I guess, right now. I love the colors. Yes, that's one thing. They are on a roll with the colors, right? They've done a little hint here and there. It's been hit or miss with colors in the past, right? Y'all remember that light? Man, it was so light. Excuse me. The purple, the 3A XL. Yeah, 3A XL. Do you remember that purple color? It was like basically a pure white phone with just a drop of purple, and it was really nice. That's what I had. I had the light purple Pixel 3A XL, and I also had the black Pixel 3A. See, that's how cheap they were back then. You could buy two phones. What were they, like $329, $399? Now it's almost double that. But yes, the colors are great this year. They did good with the ever since I think the Pixel 6. I said hit or miss. But with the A series, we got the Seafoam. We had the Pixel 6, the Seafoam color. What else did we have? 6 Pro. We had the white, black, 7 series. We had a white. We had a hazel. 7 Pro, and then we had a what is it? Coral. We had a coral one, I believe. And then we're going to continue on. Anyways, yes, colors are great. They have a new mint green color, looks really good. And they have a new blue color that looks really good. So with the 8 series, the Pixel 8 Pro specifically, you can get it in blue and you can get it in mint. However, the A series looks a little more bolder, right? Like the blue on the 8A looks a little more bolder blue than the 8 Pro. And same thing with the mint. The mint green, actually, I think it looks better on the 8A, because on the 8 Pro, it's a mint green, but it looks a little washed out, right? So I like the bolder colors. I don't necessarily like the faded out colors, and I know I'm kind of being hypocritical because I mentioned how I loved the color scheme or the color of the light purple 3A XL, but that was an exception. It was basically white. Only in certain lighting conditions it looks slightly purple. That's what I liked about it. I agree. Red would look badass. Red would look really a bold red, but they kind of did that with. I can't really see them doing that bold of a color, but they did do the coral, right? With the 7A. But let's get into it. Let's see just how similar these two devices are, and then we'll get into pricing. And so for some of those out there, hopefully we can help you make a decision. We're just giving our honest opinions. Myself up here, people in the chat, we are professionals. We know what we're talking about. So let's get into it. Pixel 8a versus the Pixel 8. So the 8a comes in with a slightly smaller 0.1 inches. You can tell the difference. Look, I can tell the difference, but the average person probably can't. It does have a very, very bright display. It looks like it's almost the same. Actually, it is. It's an Actua display. Same display tech that they do put in the 8 series. It gets very, very bright. I believe over 2,000 nits brightness. That's very bright. I'm glad to see not only flagship devices nowadays, but these mid-rangers. Man, the screen brightness is jumping way up. Pixel density, roughly the same. 430 compared to 428. Dimensions, roughly the same. Weight, damn near the same. Software obviously is the same. Cameras. Now, here's what I mentioned yesterday, and I'm going to mention again because I think we all forget well, I'll at least speak for myself. Do you remember the MKBHD blind photo test? Does everybody remember that? I had to be reminded. I think, look, I fall victim to it too, where it's like, oh, let me look at these specs when it comes to the cameras. Let me see what megapixels this got, which is not that important, but let me look at the megapixels. Let me look at the sensor, the Sony IMX, whatever, 890, all those little specs. I was like, oh, it's got the 2-year-old sensor, whatever. But I forgot, right? So out of every phone, every year, MKBHD does a blind photo test. All of the year's smartphones, of the best smartphones of the year, do a photo test, a blind test, right? 2 photos up, you choose the better one. The one that sucks goes away, and it's basically an elimination to see what photos you think are the best. The phone that won throughout the world, right? I don't know how many participated. It was tens of thousands, potentially 100,000. The Pixel 7a won the whole freaking contest. Yes, the Pixel 7a won the whole contest. So the majority of people looking at pictures, and it was a like 30-minute test, right? It took a while. The 7a. So, and I got to remind myself sometimes that too, right? Now, I know a lot of it has to do with the processing on the back end. Yes, I know that. But not always the most expensive, best phones necessarily produce the best pictures or picture quality, correct? So I think when it comes to camera with the 8A and the 8, look, they do have different hardware. The Pixel 8A has a 64 megapixel. The Pixel 8 has a 50 megapixel. Now, with a 13 ultra wide megapixel with the 8A and a 12 megapixel ultra wide shooter for the 8. Front facing camera, Pixel 8A has a 13 megapixel. Pixel 8, 10.5 megapixel. So going back to the cameras, they're both going to take phenomenal shots, right? It's a Pixel. That's what they're known for, is taking pictures. So I don't think we need to really worry about that or stress about that. They're both going to take good pictures. Screen damn near identically the same. Dimensions damn near the same. It weighs the same. And cameras are different, but the quality, yes, will be the same. So it's a damn near tie. As we continue on, video capture 4K at 30 frames per second and 60 frames per second for the A series, in 4K 24, 30, 60 frames per second with the 8. Both have Tensor G3 chips. RAM, storage, identical again. I guess the only RAM variant, 8 gigs. And then you do have the expansion with the A series bumping up to a 256 gig option, base 128 as the Pixel 8, I should say. No expandable storage, we know that. Batteries, right? So the A series comes in just shy of 4,500 milliamp per hour battery, and the Pixel 8 comes in just over 4,500 milliamp per hour battery. So basically the same. Charging, 18 watt fast charging, both devices. Let's see. The Pixel 8 gets 18 watt fast wireless charging. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I got that wrong. The A series, 18 watts wired, 7.5 watts wireless. That's probably easier. Again, 18 watts wired, 7.5 watts wireless for the A series. And then for the Pixel 8, you got 27 wired and 18 wireless. So presumably, and then this says 12 watts wireless charging with Qi chargers. Got you. So the Pixel stand, 18 watts, regular wireless charger, 12 watts, which is still better than the A series. So presumably, but look, what does that come down to in minutes, right? What does it come down to in time? How fast can you charge a 0 we'll say your A series and your regular Pixel 8 are on 0. You plug them in at the same time, same charger, same cable, everything. How fast will it take them to charge? I mean, I don't know, an hour, something like that. But the Pixel 8 may charge 10 minutes faster. So, I mean, yeah, that's not a deal breaker for me either way. They take a while, right? That's one of my major complaints about Pixel. And you got to speed up that charging, man. Seriously. Fingerprint sensor, both under display. Connectors, both Type-C. Headphone jack, nope. Actually, I wanted to look at, let's see, special features. Both sub-6, 5mm, millimeter wave, sub-6 5G connection. Okay, so the Pixel 8 is IP68 waterproofing. The A series, Pixel A, is IP67 waterproof rating. Both get updates for 7 years, right? Security patches, all that good stuff. UFS storage, I believe, is the same. I don't think they changed it. Now, Google did disappoint me this year. They put old school, I think it's like 3.0, 3.1, something like that, when we're already on into the 4s, right? So, not much of a difference. So here comes the conundrum, right? Pricing. That is where we kind of get a bottleneck effect here, or just I can't just just doesn't make sense. Let me see here. It is UFS 3.1. Damn it. Hang on one second. I gotta hang on one second. I see your question. Very sneaky. Give me a second and I'll answer that. Hang on. I'm gonna get to this question. Nathan, give me just a second. Daniel says, I'd prefer 4.0, of course, but obviously I don't notice a difference with 3.1 compared to my S24 Ultra unless it is a benchmark. They got to stay relevant with specs through the 9 series. I completely agree. That's one spec that maybe I'm overhyping. Maybe I always look for it just to see. It's just to see, like, I don't know. It's one of those components that I always look for to see, like, what the manufacturer's doing, right? If they're putting like 4.0 or the upcoming 4.1, I know they mean business, right? But can you actually tell? Is there a physical difference in speed, how fast stuff transfers in your phone? To be 1,000% honest, and that's a good video idea. I'm going to take one of my phones that has 3.0 and compare it to a phone that has 4.0 and see if we can tell the difference, because I don't know. I think it's like a placebo effect, right? Where if I know a phone has 4.0, it's not like I'm thinking about it all the time, but you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, I got the good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's real life speed. I don't know. That's a good question. But I do look for that just to see what the manufacturer is putting the real deal Holyfield components in there or not, right? So yeah, to be honest with you, I probably can't tell a difference, but I will make a video about that tomorrow. Trust me. I get a bunch of phones here with both storage variants, and we'll put them to the test. I can tell you that. So that'll be an upload for tomorrow. 2.2, and we got to look this up. I'm gonna get back to the Drake or Kendrick question, but let me knock this out real quick. Pixel 8a UFS storage. Let's see. It's one of those little specs that you really got to look for because not everybody lists it. GSM Arena usually does. So let's check them out. I love GSM Arena. Yeah, that mint green, I really like that color. Let's see. It says 3.1, but they have been wrong, right? I've been wrong. So they could be getting information from somebody else. I don't know. Maybe they do have the phone in studio. But I'm gonna keep on looking for it. I'm gonna double triple check just to make sure. It does have the new RAM DDR5X in there, which may make a difference, might not. Shit, I don't know. I think it does, but we might not be able to tell, right? I guess that's what it comes down to. Yeah, I'm gonna keep a lookout for that. Real quick on this, Nathan. Yeah, it's kind of unfolded to, I think, rolling into this, it was hyped up. It was really, really, really hyped up, right? Didn't really know what to expect. Now, let me say right off the bat, I'm not a super fan of either one. I'll tell you that. I think Kendrick Lamar, I think he's phenomenal. He has, you can tell when he rhymes in his music, he's got talent. Like that dude was born to rap. However, I don't necessarily like. I wouldn't say I don't like. I just I haven't really connected with any of his music. Now I shouldn't say that because I did his first album. Of course, everybody loved that first album. But then when he got into his second, third, moving on into his later years and more projects, you know what I think it is with him, and I'll get to Drake, but with him, it's the voice changing. I think that's what I don't necessarily like. You know how he'll start a song off, he'll rap, do whatever, but then he does his little robot voice or little alien voice for a verse, and I'm like, what the hell? I have but the talent is undeniable, right? He's right up there with the very best. I mean, that dude was born to rap. Drake, on the other hand, again, not a super fan, or not necessarily a fan of his at all. Do I respect him? Sure, but his voice annoys me as well. It's weird because I don't like it when he sings. I think he's a horrible singer. I don't know how he got famous singing. And the fact that I guess it's a fact, right? That somebody writes his rhymes. Now, I'm sure that's very common in the industry. But to be an MC, you can't you can't have somebody write your own lyrics. Sorry. I just can't. So I was intrigued just by the matchup, right? So when they dropped, I did like the See, I already forgot the freaking names of the tracks. I played I took like a 10-second audio cut from that, was it the first or second Drake song that he dropped, and played it on the intro here, and my freaking video got striked for copyright. God damn it. So, back and forth. I don't necessarily like some of the claims that were thrown out there. I mean, well, who am I to say that? But I mean, back in the day, I don't know. I'm not sure how old you are, Nathan. I'm 40, which, I'm not old, but not young. But like, you make that claim, that's a serious claim. People get touched up for that stuff, right? So, look, we don't know. We really don't know. There was a lot of those claims in multiple tracks, and it seemed like both the rappers, as they kind of put their second or third song out, kind of saying the same thing over and over. Now, one thing that I think Drake did wrong was basically on his last track that he put out, he basically, instead of going all in on Kendrick, he kind of made excuses, or not excuses, but explained himself, right? He explained himself of some of the claims that were being made towards him. Now, I don't mind, harping on that maybe for, a bar or two, a couple bars, whatever. But it seemed like he was half the song, he was defending himself, and I think there is a timeline where Drake's claims do not add up, because he's saying, oh, we fed you bad information. We fed Kendrick bad information. You're the fool, right? But he had a different, that wasn't his narrative a day or two after those Kendrick claims towards Drake came out, meaning like Drake kind of flipped his, and I apologize, I got a million things going on in my head and I can't remember the song name, but I'm assuming you know what I'm talking about if you've been following that rap beef. So who won it? I'm gonna say Kendrick Lamar won it. Drake hadn't dropped anything since. I know his house just got had that incident at his house. But who knows? I think Kendrick Lamar won it. I think that's the narrative. I don't know. I think I watched Academics maybe, what was it, 2 nights ago? Pretty good stream. I'm not a huge fan of his either, but I am subscribed to his channel, and I do watch it from time to time to keep up with what's going on in the rap scene. But I would give it to Kendrick Lamar. Now, here's one thing. Going back to Kendrick, check this out. I was thinking, I was thinking about this today, right? So, as I mentioned, I'm not a big fan of Kendrick Lamar or Drake, but I was comparing Kendrick Lamar to Nas, right? And I'm not the biggest Nas fan. I think that dude was born to rap. One of the best. In fact, oh man, one of my favorite albums, Illmatic. Jesus Christ, that whole album's badass. But here's the deal. Nas has always been known for, dude can rap, but his beat selection, a little questionable, right? His instrumentals that he raps on, that he picks out, a little questionable. He never gets the smash hits like a Jay-Z got, right? Going back to those days, like what is it, late 90s, early 2000s, he could always rap. That was never a question. It was just the songs that he's on, right? The music, the beats that he picks were just not it, right? And Jay-Z back then, dude was coming out with hit after hit after hit, and I'm not even a Jay-Z fan, right? I mean, I like him, but you know what I'm saying. I purchased albums. I'm not a huge fan, but that's kind of where I was putting Kendrick Lamar with Nas, right? Where phenomenal rapper, dude can rhyme, but just not, it seems like, and again, it goes back to his whole alien voice thing, and it's just, I respect him. I respect what he's done. I'm not going out and buying an album just because he's releasing an album, right? So that first album he put out was really, really good. Mad Kid, Bad City, something like that. Really good album. So, and I can honestly say I've never purchased a Drake album. I've listened to, I've listened to some on streaming and stuff like that, but it was that very first song, because I was a huge, when I say huge, y'all don't understand, underestimating this, Cash Money Records fan back in the late 90s. I went to concerts. Yeah, I know it's hard to believe, yes, but I was. So I was a big fan of Wayne, and when he was doing his thing, and then he brings up this artist Drake, you're like, who the hell is Drake? And he's out here singing. I think his first hit was The Best I Ever Had. That song. I was like, yeah, another R&B guy, whatever. And they're like, oh, I think on the last verse of that song, he did a rap or a rhyme, But just never really impressed myself. So impressed. He never impressed me with his rhymes, but you got to give it to him. Dude makes hits, so he's not making the music and he's not making the rhymes. All he's doing is making his voice talk. So who knows how much he gets his rhymes written. I don't know if he has 90% of them. He has somebody write them 50%, or maybe it's only 10%. Maybe it's only a couple of songs. I have no idea. But what I do know is that it's basically proven. And when you're in, if you're in Mariah Carey, if you're in R&B, if you're Dolly Parton, country, hardly anybody writes their own lyrics. So that's acceptable, right? Like, that's a norm. Yeah, actually, it's the opposite. If somebody in country writes, who does that? Taylor Swift. From what I understand, she does all her, literally does everything. That's what I've heard. I have no idea, but that's impressive, right? Like, holy shit, wow, she actually writes all of her lyrics. And it's the opposite in the rap game. It's like what? You're not coming up with these, man. Screw that. Quite interesting. Yes, and I haven't really given my opinion on that. I had meant to. I have a YouTube channel. I was gonna break that down, but sorry to get sidetracked. But yes, thank you, Nathan, for the question. Ashton, what's going on, man? I'm glad to see you here. Yo, what's up, man? I'll be seeing you all over the internet, man. I don't. You know what? I'm gonna hit you up on IG. I was looking for you a couple days ago, and I couldn't find you. But I'll link up here after this show for sure. Okay, let's get back to this phone stuff, because I want to get into pricing and why the Pixel 8a or the Pixel 8, either one, but one of them's gonna have to go, because I don't think I'm really interested to see the sales of the. Now they're offset, right? Because no pun intended, offset Migos, get it? The Pixel 8 was released where are we in? May. So they were released in October, so it was November, December, January, February, March, April, May, 7 months ago. And then they're coming with the Pixel 8a right now. So the sales, I would like to see the fiscal year, meaning like a whole year after each device has been released. I want to see those sales numbers. That's interesting. I bet they sell more A series than they do 8. You know why? Because the 8 isn't really sure they review them. They may mention them, but the showstopper whenever the flagship series are released is the Pro models, right? That's what everybody talks about. That's what everybody shows in the videos. All the specs is the Pro series and not the smaller one. This A series, Google really pushes this in the carriers. T-Mobile pushes this. They will recommend the A series over the 8 or the equivalent flagship of that Pixel year. It's a carrier phone. It is what it is. Now, yes, you can get it unlocked, but they push these like crazy. And you know why? Because it's the because typically in the past, it's been affordable, and you get a decent phone for which, if you don't want a flagship, if you don't want to spend $1,200 on a phone, and you're going towards Android, that would be the choice, right? As of a few years ago, even 5 years ago. Now, more good mid-range phones are being introduced in this mid-range price range, and now it looks like Google is bumping it up and out of that mid-range into the lower class section of flagship. Now, I don't consider this a flagship device, but it's being priced as such because the Pixel 8, as we mentioned, specs are all the same, basically, and pricing is basically the same. So let's jump into that real quick. Pixel 8a, let's see, price. So it starts out, well, I guess I know it off the top of my head. It's the 8 I was looking for. So the Pixel 8a, the base 128 gig model, starts at $499. If you want to upgrade to storage and get a 256 gig model, that starts at $549, right? So remember those numbers, $499. So basically 500, 550, right? 500, 550. So let's get into the Pixel 8. Now, it's been out for 7 months, so you can get one at a decent price, right? They list them on here, as you can tell, $699. That's stupid high. I would never pay that. Here's it. Look, you can get on OfferUp. You can get on eBay. Now, I know it may not be new, and I probably should stick to new, but if you really look, I'm the price hunter. I'm the ultimate price hunter. I can find a good deal anywhere. I can find a Pixel 8 for $300. Yeah, I'm serious. I was just looking yesterday. So now we'll talk new. Here we go. Let's go to the Pixel store. Oh shit, y'all aren't seeing that. Okay, so a Pixel 8. It's from $699. Wait a second. They were on sale for... Yo, you know what they just did? They raised the price. I was on here 2 days ago. Literally 2 days ago. And the price for a Pixel 8 was $549. Oh, they're getting a little sneaky, aren't they? Alright, so let's see here. Damn, they only make the mint green 128 gig. God damn, $760 for this phone? No way. That's insane. Okay, so I guess this does change stuff up a little bit. So we can clearly see the strategy Google is playing with their pricing. The point I was getting at before I went to this webpage is before yesterday, Google had the Pixel 8 series. Now they released the 8A yesterday. In this Pixel 8 series, it's technically, I guess, its older brother. More like older twin brother, if that makes sense. They had this Pixel 8 starting at $549 at the 128 gig. And then for the 256 gig model variant, it was $599. So you can tell there's only a $50 price difference between the A series and the 8 series. So that's where the issue runs into. Now they released the cheaper Pixel 8a yesterday, and today they jacked the prices up on the Pixel 8 series. And that doesn't make sense. I know they want to make separation, right, between flagship and mid-range. I can guarantee you nobody, minus one or two exceptions, literally one or two people, nobody's buying this phone at $760. And that's without tax. So with tax, you're looking at $800 for this phone. $800. No, I'm not doing that. I can find one I'll gladly buy a used Pixel 8 for $300 over a brand new Pixel 8 for for $800. Makes no sense. 0 cents. So they're not going to sell any of these now, especially with jacking the price up, because that's not $50. That's $100 basically, or $150, right? For the base model. So I did not know that news coming into today's stream that they raised the prices. So kind of messes up my point I was going to make rolling into the pricing segment, but it is what it is. I'm glad we got to see what they're up to. Look, I'm a Pixel super fan. I'm hashtag Team Pixel for life, but I call it like I see it, and I just don't see it for this Pixel phone. Pricing does not make sense, and neither does the A series. I wish, like Daniel was saying earlier in the stream, I believe not with this 9 series, but with the Pixel 10. Remember, that's the flagship year now. That's the marker, right? They're going to stick their flag in the ground, or they're going to fall off to the wayside. That's when they get their brand new CPU from the ground up. 100% Google, no more Samsung CPUs with a Google logo on it. Right? I believe the Pixel 10 series is when they are going to merge all their devices together. Now, I say that, but I mean launch all of them on the same day. They're merging the Fold series into the Pixel 9 launch this year, and I think the A series, I don't know, but I believe that's what they are going to do. I think they're going to remove this 8. Obviously they're going to remove the 8 because it'll be gone, but I think they're going to remove this smaller flagship variant that this Pixel 8 holds. And I think they're going to introduce the A series as their smaller flagship. You continue to raise prices the way it is, the way it's looking, the way it's been the past few years. It's no longer a mid-range phone. I mean, it's probably once you get up to $700-800, that's considered flagship, right? Now, I would hope the A series doesn't get up to $800, but god dang, that's expensive. That's a shock to myself. That's a big shock. I did not expect to see that today. I know, right? I was just looking at those too. They were $550 starting out, and then $600 with the 256. So it's like you could either get the 8A 256 for the same price as an 8 at the 128, if that makes sense. I know they must have literally just did this overnight, because I was looking at them yesterday. I wonder what they got the 8 Pro at. It's probably the same price, right? Yeah, $999. That's the base price for the 128. Let me go back to phones and look at this A series here. I do like the fact that they did wrap it in the colors all the way around, instead of putting a silver chrome mid-frame or side on it. They basically paint it the same color as the back of the phone, which I like, because they didn't do that in the past. It was a silver chrome border around the phones. But yeah, so makes 0 sense. Though they're trying to cover their ass, because look, with them raising the prices like that so drastically, everybody's thinking the same thing. So it doesn't make me, because earlier today I was like, what's going on? am I the only one that's thinking this? And again, I've only watched one review, so maybe everybody's talking about it. I have no idea. But that's proof right there, right? If Google's jacking up the price, they're trying to separate the devices, saying, "Oh, this one's way better. It's our premium device. That's why we can ask more for it." But we just went over the specs. It's basically the same exact phone next to each other. So you have a, let's see, are there any deals? Google Fi has a deal for one, right? But they do have a trade-in program. I'm not sure how strong their trade-in program is this year. I hate the Chrome on my Pixel. Yes, me too. That's what annoys me. That's the one thing that I don't like. I mean, it's a phenomenal device, and trust me, if that's what we're complaining about, then it's a good phone, right? Because it's the little aesthetics thing. It's the way it looks. It's not the operation of the phone, or it's always glitchy. You know, if it's something that if it's a looks thing that bugs you, that's a good phone. Me too, though. I want the chrome to be the same color. I want the sides to be the same color. Are they doing? They're doing that with the 9 series, right? They're painting that camera bar across the back. I believe they are. Damn, I can't wait for this phone to come out. And I hope they give us good deals on trade-ins too, because I'm going to be trading my Pixel 8 Pro in. I believe it is painted. Let's see. Here's a photo. Here's a shot. Sorry, I had you on the wrong screen. Yeah, I'm pretty close, right? So here's the Pixel 9. This upcoming Pixel. Is it 9 or 9 Pro? 9 Pro. Okay. So it looks like it will have a slightly colored. Now this is the black one, right? If they have a white one, could be the same. Just not sure. I think all the renders are just black. No, I'm sure you can find something else. And scratch, yes, scratch. That's why. Oh, I don't think I put a strip on mine. I got my other Pixel here. Look at this. Where's the other view? Oh shit! I think it died. I had my other Pixel set up as webcam at a different angle, but I think it's dead. Look. Yeah, it's dead. So in the past, I have videos up on my with my 7 Pro. I had the white one, but on this camera bar, right back here, there was a company that sold the very, very, very thin. It wasn't even like a film screen protector. You know how some of those are kind of on the thicker side? The film screen protector. Well, the one I found for the 7 Pro was it was technically a screen protector, but they cut it out in the same mold as this, but it was very thin. It was paper thin. It wasn't your traditional front screen protector. The film, as I mentioned, those are kind of thick. This one that was just for the back camera bar was probably half that thickness. And I couldn't even tell it was on the camera bar. It just went from here to here. And it was just to prevent scratching. Because if you go on Reddit, if you go on some other forums, that's one of the first things that gets beat up about these phones is the camera bar. If you don't use a case, or hell, that's what I don't like about the Google cases, is it exposes this bar back here. So if you lay it down on the table, if you're moving it around, it's going to get scratched up. I don't know what glass is on here, but look, it's scratchable. I'm sure y'all have seen some of those where the glass right here that covers the sensors, where those will crack. I've seen a ton of those where for whatever reason, that's shattered, right? And what a pain in the ass that is, to get that fixed, cost, pictures. I mean, it's just a pain in the ass. But yeah, they need to get rid of that chrome, and it looks like that they are finally doing it this year. Thank God. Because, I mean, it's cool, but it looks a lot sleeker. It looks a lot better when the color matches all the way around. I love that stuff. And it looks like if we don't get a color match on the camera bar, it looks like we will get a color, we will get a machined type of look for that camera hump on the back. There we go. Hang on. See that? So you have a black one around. Yeah, it's important. Gotta keep it nice and clean, nice and safe, because again, what a pain in the ass to get that repaired. So little things like that, right? It's like, I'm sure they could repair it, because I think they have a deal. Google has a deal with You Break, I Fix, something like that. One of those places. But here's the deal with them. I hate going there because they never have anything in stock. They would, it's got to order this. It's going to take a few days. And all the ones I went to, the guys are really lazy and just didn't, look like they'd rather be somewhere else. That was my experience with You Break, I Fix. And plus, if you break this, that's a special order. Like, that shit's going to take, I don't know. Who knows? But pain in the ass. That's the other thing about this phone. These nothing phones. I was thinking about this yesterday, too. Where would I go to get... Now, this is relatively cheap, but it would still suck nonetheless to break your screen, right? On a whether it's a Nothing Phone 2 or the Phone 2A. It would suck, right? Where do you go to get it fixed? There's no You Break, I Fix. I don't think they're gonna have parts for this. I mean, it's a specialty phone, basically. I don't think Nothing has a repair. Their headquarters are in London. They work heavily in India. I don't think you can just send it into Nothing and they fix your screen too. So you gotta be very careful. Like, this is what I'm saying with stuff like this. So Samsung, iPhone, Pixel, you can get a screen fixed typically. You know what it is? I think the You Break, I Fix, I think they have iPhone parts in stock, like stock to the ceiling with iPhone stuff. When it comes to Samsung, when it comes to Google or Pixel, they don't keep anything in stock. That's a fact, because I have gone to a few and called all the stores in town probably about 6 months ago when I had a device that had a screen break, and none of them had parts. None of them. Like, well, what's the point of You Break, I Fix? Like, really? And then Samsung wanted me to send it in. Anyways. Yes. That was nice. Yes. The Pixel 6 matte finish was matte black. Yeah, that was nice. That was real nice. Okay, well, let me look and see if there's any other stuff going on. So to conclude the Pixel comparison, well, I guess that modifies my conclusion, because I was just going to say it doesn't matter which one you get, right? Kind of how I started this. Whether you get the 8A or the 8, they're both good phones, so you're good with whichever one you get. However, I didn't know Google jacked the price up to basically $800 after taxes for the small one. So no, I wouldn't get that. Now, that's assuming you're buying it new, but I wouldn't buy new. I would, if I wanted an 8, I would go grab one off of OfferUp, Mercari, eBay, Swappa, something like that, right? Because you can get one for half the price. So it's up to you, but basically can't go wrong. I just would not spend I would not buy a new Pixel 8 on the Google Play Store right now because they jacked the prices up. But if you can find a good priced Pixel 8 on the aftermarket, it'd be a good phone. Let's see. Let me share this screen. Let's see. Sorry, I was reading. I forgot I was on live. I was reading the. I just zoned out. So look at this. I thought I had this up on the screen and I didn't. So the Pixel 8a does not have, or is not going to have, the artificial intelligence wallpaper generator at launch, which the 8 and 8 Pro did. A big deal to some, not a big deal to others. Let's see. Is there any other news? So the here's it's not news, but it's kind of cool. The Pixel 8a can also be located through Find My Device when it is out of battery, or has run out of battery technically. But we've discussed this in the past. They actually reserve 1-3% of the battery for Find My Device specifically, so you can locate it even if a perpetrator or criminal steals your phone and turns it off. In the past, you wouldn't be able to locate it, right? It would give you a location of wherever its last location was when they turned it off. Now, you'll be able to find it. I think that 1-2 to 3% battery life. Because the only thing running on that 2-3% of battery is the ultra low Bluetooth. There's a ultra wideband Bluetooth. That's the real low battery power. That's the only, and it's a very, very tiny small chip, little beacon chip that's running on 2-3% battery life. It'll last you a couple days, right? So if you do, unfortunately, get a device stolen, or you can't find it, you'll have a day or two, maybe 3. I doubt 3. Probably a day or two to locate it. So, and I'm glad they're doing that. It's about time. Samsung has that feature. Samsung's had that feature for a couple of years. You can locate it even when your device is off. But I'm glad to see Pixel introduce this to their devices. It's about time. And I believe that might be it. The S24. I'm assuming this is the small base S24. Samsung Galaxy S24 becomes the third best selling smartphone in Japan. Typically, iPhone, obviously, top of the list, but the Pixel 7a was, I believe it was the second most popular, or I'm not going to say that. It was very popular. Very, very, very popular in Japan. But that was last year, 2023. Let's see, what did we get this year? I don't see any numbers there. Well, folks, this is cool. There's a lot of little Pixel news in the news today. So I'll just hit on a couple more, and then we'll call it a day. Google Messages notifications will show names of unknown people who contact you. So I'm assuming people that have a unknown caller, right, ID, unknown message that's sent to you, Google Messages will show the names of the person calling you or contacting you or messaging you. Excuse me. That's pretty cool. Oh, wow. Okay, so just a few minutes ago, I said the Pixel 8a is not going to launch or come with the AI wallpaper generator, right? Well, that's because Google's going to put it in the first update for the Pixel 8a. So it's not going to launch with that, but it says right here it's included in this first update for the device. So it looks like it'll have a day one update, meaning whenever you buy it, you open the box, you turn it on, there's an update waiting for you. That's not a big deal to me. Those stupid AI wallpaper generator. Some of it's cool to play around with, I'm not gonna lie, right? But yeah, most of it's, you know, I can do without it, right? It's not a big deal. Let's see, I believe that's it. All right, folks, let me get out of here. I do not. Oh, one last note for Samsung users. One last note. Promise we'll get out of here on this. Samsung begins testing Android 15 One UI 7 on the S24 series. S24, S24 Plus, S24 Ultra. Again, Samsung is now testing Android 15 One UI 7 for the S24 series. That's good news, because that's the next huge operating system update, right? It's not a little 0.1 update, One UI 6.1, 6.2. No, it's the next generation, next iteration of software. Now, will there be huge changes? Kind of like I exaggerated. Look, Android 15 looks fairly similar to Android 14. A ton of subtle changes. But as you know, Samsung has a more intricate, more detailed operating system than the Pixel experience, right? They throw tons of stuff in there, tons of settings. So it might look different, right? As I mentioned on the Pixel, Android 15, Android 14 looks the same. But I believe Samsung's will look a little, well, not drastically different, but it will look slightly different. So I think colors, designs, stuff like that, notification pull downs are going to look different. So good news there. Started testing, so we should see a One UI update. Samsung does it every year, right around the new year. So it's not like, you know, oh, they started testing it, we're gonna get a Android 15 update next month. Woo. No, I wish it was like that, but it's not. Samsung has always upgraded their flagship devices around the first of the year, and it's just, it is what it is. Software updates. I'm not talking about the monthly update. I'm talking about the big boy software, Android 14, 15, 16. Every year for their flagships at the beginning of the year, right? Right around launch time of their next flagships on a yearly schedule, right? So, but it's good, right? What is it, May? So it should be, they're gonna have more than enough time to get this OS perfect, right? Now, what you could, Samsung does do a beta testing, sort of, so to speak. Now, catch is with that, you can enter the beta testing if you're a Samsung user. However, it cannot be a carrier device, meaning it has to be a Samsung unlocked device if you're going to enroll in the beta program. Again, an AT&T S24 Ultra doesn't cut it. T-Mobile S24 Plus doesn't cut it. Verizon S24, nope. Got to be purchased from Samsung unlocked, and then you can enroll in the beta program. That normally gets introduced sometime midsummer, right? So Samsung started Android 15 testing right now, and probably give them a couple months, right? Maybe 3 months. That's what, August? Sounds about right. Then they'll open up the beta for whoever wants to be a part of the testing. And then that gives them another 4 months to squash bugs, figure things out, send some updates, see, gives them plenty of time to, about 4 months to get everything right for the official release of the next version of Android, which I mentioned earlier is around the new year every year. So it looks like we're right on schedule with them. Right on schedule. So nothing out of the ordinary with Samsung and updates. But that'll be it, guys. I am going to get out of here. I think the bad air quality is getting in my voice because I can hear it get a little raspy. But let me get out of here. Thank you. I want to thank each and every one of you, seriously, for joining me. I love doing this every day. I would do it if nobody, if there were 0 people watching, I would still be sitting here talking for an hour. It just makes it more enjoyable when we can interact, makes it much more enjoyable on my side. So thank you very much. It really means a lot. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to test, Daniel. I'm going to test the UFS storage. I'm going to upload a video, right? 3.0 versus 4.0. We'll do phones side by side, and we'll see. Maybe we can tell the difference. Maybe we can't, but we'll figure it out tomorrow. So I'll record that in the morning and upload it midday. So appreciate it. Thank you as always. Please be safe. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon, and I will see you back here tomorrow, same time, same place. Peace out.